Cash relief is coming for some immigrants in Los Angeles. Mayor Karen Bass has announced a new plan to give out cash cards to immigrants affected by recent federal immigration raids. The move is part of a broader executive directive, which Bass says pushes back against unlawful and chaotic enforcement by the Trump administration. Loudspeaker, the cards will be funded by philanthropic partners and distributed through groups like Churla, not using city tax dollars. The directive also strengthens city protocols to limit cooperation with federal immigration authorities. This is AI44 News, fast, fair, and factual.
This is Chad with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. Yep, AI is getting out of control. Now this is what we're going to start seeing. AI is becoming news anchors, going to start becoming YouTube personalities. Like I said, it's taken over. It's taken over, and all you have to do is just type a bunch of stuff into a program and hit go, and then the computer program will render everything that you need. So that's what's going on right now. It's crazy, but what that said is completely true about Karen Bass. I just wanted to start off with that to get a little highlight about what's going on with everyone's favorite Los Angeles mayor, Karen Bass. So they'll start off with that article first on today's show. Let me fix my screen real quick. There we go. And then I will transition us over. All right. So, Los Angeles to give cash assistance to immigrants impacted by Trump raids. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass announces new initiative to protect direct cash assistance to immigrants impacted by the Trump administration ongoing immigration raids. The funds will be distributed to cash cards valued at a couple $100 each and is expected to become available within the week, Bass said. Newsweek has contacted Bass's office for comment via email outlet for office hours. Why it matters. Donald Trump has vowed to carry out the largest mass deportation operation in U.S. history to address the illegal immigration on border security. However, policy has sparked concerns about its potential effects on the economy. GOP's flagship immigration policy under Trump is causing people to avoid going to work amid fears of workplace raids. Which they should be. If you're here illegal, you should be afraid. That's the point. Like, you are somebody that's here that's benefiting from America, and you're getting handouts and help from people like Mayor Karen Bass. California has become one of the key battleground states for immigration enforcement after President Trump's directed ICE to increase operations in sanctuary states. What to know? The cash assistance is intended for families directly impacted by the immigration raids. Mayor Karen Bass highlighted the example of the families faced potential eviction after one of its primary earners was detained by immigration authorities. The program will help funded through private donations rather than city funds. Immigrant rights organizations, including the Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights of Los Angeles, will handle the distribution of the cards. So my question about this is, and the one that's ever on everybody else's mind is like, how are they determining this? And what if the people that they're handing these money cards out to are criminals and or gang members, people who are affiliated with MS-13, people who are affiliated with cartels and coyotes? Or what we talked about, what if it's somebody who was helped by a coyote or the cartels to get across the border, and it's somebody that actually needs it, but then they have to immediately give that card to the person that trafficked them over. So Mayor Karen Bass and this organization, Coalition for Humane Rights in Los Angeles, could be indirectly funding a drug trafficking, or AKA what Trump declared them, a terrorist organization now. So wouldn't that make them traitors? At least someone that can be convicted of sedition. But either traitors or sedition. Either way, it's not good. And what are their criteria? If these people are illegal and don't have any paperwork, how are they going to know if these people have criminal records or whatever? It's the same question that Sean Ryan asked, what's his name, Gavin Newsom. They're going to say that they don't. They're just going, we're just here to help people. It's like, you could be helping criminals. You could be helping a murderer. a sexual assaulter, a child abuser, a human trafficker. You don't know. But they're just going to hand these cards out willy-nilly. It's the problem. The left will side with evil like every time. According to the mayor's office, city will coordinate efforts between donors and distribution partners through the specific eligibility criteria that has not yet been announced, which there's not going to be announced. Karen Bass is pretty much like a communist sympathizer. I'm pretty sure we had a show not too long ago that exposed that she had literally was part of like the Fidel Castro like expansion program to the United States. Like I said, she would go there and get like certified or whatever, and whatever the communist talking points of the day were. And now she's here in America and she's a mayor of Los Angeles. If you have ever gone to a place like that and been a part of an organization like that was actively hostile to America, you should be exempt from running for any form of office. That's insane that she's allowed to do this. Bass likened the initiative in the Angelino Card program launched during the COVID-19 pandemic, which provided emergency financial assistance to vulnerable residents in Los Angeles. The cash card announcement coincides with the new executive order from Friday by Bass, directing all city departments to strengthen training and policies ensuring compliance with Los Angeles sanctuary city laws. This law prohibits using city's employees or resources for civil immigration enforcement, except in cases of serious crime. City departments have 2 weeks to outline the updated protocols, Bass said. But we've already proven that there are left-wing judges and other lawyers and other officials that are literally hiding people who have these criminal records, felony criminal records. And they just pretend like this isn't happening. Like the one that judge hid and snuck out a back door or a side door of her courtroom, and then that other judge or whatever he was that was literally letting a MS-13 gang member live at his residence, basically. How is that? How is this happening? What is going on? The executive order also creates working groups to review the Los Angeles Police Department's approach to federal immigration enforcement and directs city staff to seek records from immigration and custom enforcement on recent raids. The measures are a part of a serious response from city leaders and mayor to leaders and the mayor to federal crackdown that has entered the second month in Los Angeles. American Immigration Council projects that the mass removal policy could one-time cost of $115 billion. Furthermore, deporting 1 million individuals each year could lead to an annual expense of $88 billion. Okay, but that would be okay because having secured borders and spending money to secure our borders and to protect people is better than just letting people run rampant or do whatever the heck they want. And two, it's what I keep talking about. Like, this will make housing more affordable. The less people there are in an area, the more affordable housing is going to be. More affordable everything will be. If there is not as many people demanding something, any type of product, whether that's home, gas, groceries, whatever, the prices of those things go down. And this is what Democrats don't understand. It's like, it's going to save you money in the long run, but they're just like, the government's spending this money. I said, my God, it's only when ICE and immigration enforcement agents show up to do their jobs that Democrats become concerned about overspending. Bass said at the press conference on Friday, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who aren't going to work, and they all need that, and they're all in need of cash. Yeah, so you're going to give money to people that are basically being bums right now. Take tax dollars. In this case, they said it's supposedly not going to be tax dollars. I would like to make sure of that. But taking the money from the people who work hard for their money and then giving it to people that don't. That's been the Democrat way since the implementation of the welfare state, basically. Take the hard-working people's money, give it to the people that aren't working. It's insane. California Senate Minority Leader Brian Jones, a Republican, told Newsweek, Los Angeles is staring down a nearly $1 billion deficit, which means layoffs, cutoffs to vital services, and dangerous understaffed fire and police departments. Legal residents don't feel safe. Streets and sidewalks are crumbling. Trash is piling up across the city. Yet, instead of using their platform to raise private funds to close the city's deficit and fix these urgent problems, Mayor Bass is focusing on securing cash donations for illegal immigrants, putting them ahead of legal residents paying her salary. My question is simple. Why isn't she fighting as hard to help the city get back on track? Why do illegal immigrants get priority over the taxpayer? She was elected to serve. And yeah. 100%. That question is completely valid, and it's a question that needs to be answered by Karen Bass, and it won't be because she is a bad person. It's insane. It's the same thing that happened on the Gavin Newsom interview the other day. What's going on? It's like, oh, well, they're not doing anything. They said the Trump administration is just scaring children. It's like, no, but they're also arresting violent felons, human traffickers, child abusers, and assaulters of women. And he just happens to ignore that. Like the only immigrants that they care that they'll talk about are the ones that are the innocent baby angel Aladdins that are just haven't done anything wrong besides stealing bread for their families. Like, those people need our help. It's like, yeah, but Americans are struggling too. American citizens are struggling as well. You don't seem to care about them. This is the issue that we always bring up when it comes to our favorite Democratic politicians. It's like you're very cavalier with other people's money and giving it to people who aren't citizens. Why don't you save some for the citizens and like make college cheaper for kids, make housing cheaper, close the deficit gaps in all your city and government deficits. That's what we need to do, but that's not what they focus on because that's not sexy. Giving money to people and doing some big, making a new park or, making a new building a new building, something that's going to be remembered and everyone's going to use. That's what's sexy and that gets politicians remembered. The guy that comes in that fixes the infrastructure and closes the deficit doesn't get remembered because everyone's just like, oh, yeah, that guy, he was good. But the guy who makes a big show about everything that he does is the important one that everybody's going to remember. But that's pretty much all I've got on that. We're just going to kind of close it up with some memes today. And we'll start with this one from Freedom Tunes. And speaking of budget deficits and everything, this one's very relevant.
DOGE uncovered more insane spending, including $8 million on a floating restaurant in the Caribbean.
Oh, that's a drop in the bucket.
$7.9 million on helping Sri Lankan journalists avoid binary language.
That's nothing compared to the overall budget.
$5.5 million on LGBT activism in Uganda.
Tiny fraction.
$9.8 million on luxury office furniture.
We've got bigger fish to fry.
These cuts have saved taxpayers $4 billion.
Oh, that's basically nothing.
In other news, the Catholic Church is spending $2 million to restore a historic local cathedral.
That money could have fed the poor.
DOGE uncovered
100% true. That is how liberals think. That is a great cartoon by Freedom Tunes by Seamus Cognan. Highly recommend giving his channel a subscribe. Love his cartoons. Then we'll get to the next one, the national popular vote. Here is all the elections the past few years for Democrats. This is what I was talking about the other day. It's like, all of them are a natural curve for elections. And then all the Democrats have never busted 70 million. Obama came the closest to 70 million. But as you can see, it's a slight curve, natural fraud, where it just whoop, shoots right up, straight up. And then Biden gets 81 million. So very strange that Trump got more votes than he did his first election and still managed to lose. Suspicious. Just very suspicious, considering that was the election we changed all the rules. All those mail-in vote ballots need to be taken away. It needs to be in-person voting with a valid ID. 100%. I 100% agree with that. Next one I have here, which we're going to talk about this too, because I'm going to end the show today with the top 5 or top 10 best Shane Gillis jokes from the Ep301. And one of his jokes was about Caitlin Clark, so I thought I'd pull this one back up. Just like the WNBA video game adds an option to shiv Caitlin Clark. Babylon B crushing it as usual. I love that. So that's how we're going to play the show out, with a joke from Shane Gillis. But first, we're going to talk about this because Cat Williams, I love Cat Williams. He is a great comedian. And check this out. He was getting heckled by probably like an illegal immigrant, or at least like someone of Hispanic descent, and he just like wrecks him. So language advisory, but this is awesome. I love Cat Williams.
Imagine how far we've fallen when the media demands a comedian to apologize for defending his country.
No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker, and now it's Phoenix, goddammit.
So, do you not apologize for anything?
If a person starts their heckling with F America, then that gives me the right to defend my country. I don't think I need to apologize for being pro-American. I was just giving him geography. This is America, greatest country in the world.
But you don't apologize for what you said in that stand-up.
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
Any concern about how people might view you down the road, how this could impact your career down the road? People might not want to book you in Texas or Arizona or California.
Sir. If you don't like me, don't come see me. If you do like me, I'm here for you.
Imagine how far we've fallen.
Yeah, that was great. I love Cat Williams. But this is Chad with Owasso Live. This was The Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. But that's really all I've got for today. So I'll play us out with that Shane Gillis video of him at the Ep301. But I guess I will see you all next week, actually, because I'll be busy this weekend doing a bunch of things. But you all have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. God bless you, everybody.
SGA is here. Give it up for SGA. Hell yeah, bro. And now everybody sitting around him is in foul trouble. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women. Caitlin Clark, she and I have a lot in common. We're both whites from the Midwest who have nailed a bunch of threes. Joe Rogan actually wanted me to be here to host this award show so that I could capture Adam Silver because Joe thinks he's an alien. And Donald Trump wanted me to be here to capture Juan Soto for the same reason. It's an alien joke. Wait, who booed up there, dude? Shut up. Carl Anthony Towns is here. Hey, girl. Shador Sanders had his jersey number retired at Colorado this year, and people are saying it's because of nepotism, because of his father, and it's not. It's because he went 13-12 over his career, and he almost won the Alamo Bowl. Definitely not nepotism, right? All right. Four-time WNBA All-Star Brittany Hicks is here. Give it up for Brittany, everybody. I'm joking around. That's my friend's wife. I knew none of you knew WNBA players.